This was actually crazy. This happened today. So, man charged with hammer attack on JD Vance's empty Cincinnati home. So, William DeFore, 26, from Cincinnati's Hyde Park, faces felony vandalism and misdemeanor charges after smashing 4 windows at Vice President JD Vance's unoccupied residence and a vehicle early Monday. A U.S. Secret Service agent detained him on the spot, with Vance thanking authorities for their swift action and requesting media avoiding publishing home images to protect his children. DeFore has a prior vandalism diversion to mental health treatment and a trespass case where he was ruled incompetent. No motive has been stated, though online reactions highlighted his family's Democratic donations and speculated on other details. So this is the guy. Look at him. He's so chopped. He's so chopped. William DeFore, who goes by Julia. Oh, it's a troon. Of course it's a troon. Of course it's a troon. I'm gonna type it. Of course it's a troon. Least surprising development today. Of course, it's a troon. William DeFore, who goes by Julia, was just arrested by the Secret Service by allegedly vandalizing JD Vance's Ohio home. Transgenderism is a mental illness. The left's violence must be stopped. Father, let me back inside. No, son. He kind of looks. Wait, whoa. Yeah, he kind of looks like JD Vance, low-key. Low-key, if you said he was JD Vance's son, I mean, look at the face shape, man. The nose, the eyes. I don't know, man. I don't know. We got 26-year-old William DeFore charged after trying to break into Vice President JD Vance's Ohio home. He was using a hammer to break the windows. Freaking insane, dude. Look at this dude. Look at it. He's so chopped. Surprise, surprise. It looks like the man who tried to break into JD Vance's house armed with a gun was a male to female transgender. Say hello to Julia. Julia. When will the DOJ and FBI take the threat of radical transgender terrorists seriously? That's true. When will they? When will they? And it's not enough to do press conferences and declare Antifa a terrorist organization. Like, you have to crack down on transgenderism. Open up the mental asylums again. If you're serious about it, you would shove everyone who identifies as trans into the mental asylums and get them professional psychiatric help. Maybe even priests to exorcise some demons out of them, because some of them are demonically oppressed for sure. But yeah, transgenderism. It is truly not only a social contagion, it is a national security risk. Like, I think people need to really understand that it is a national security risk. I'm gonna treat this. Genderism is a national security risk. Wait, I spelled transgenderism wrong. Genderism is a national security risk. Not even a risk, it's a threat, man. And it's time that the Trump administration treats it as such. Because it really is. It's a terrorist threat. It's like they are literally, transgenderism is radicalizing these terrorists in order to shoot up schools, to attack the vice president's home, to shoot up Charlie Kirk. It's just the radical violence that's happening from this very niche and unwell community. Again, if you are so messed up in the head, you don't know what gender you are, okay, and you genuinely feel with every fiber in your body that you are a different gender than you were born, you are unwell. You are unfit to be and participate in proper society. Polite society cannot function when we have swaths of people who don't know what gender they are running around. Then it's glorified by our corporations, by the media. We can't have society this way. And historically, we just locked them up and got them help. And I'm not saying be cruel. Don't be cruel. It's just you have to arrest them and then put them into asylums if they truly struggle with gender dysphoria. Noticing note, but this is how you got fired last time. I don't care. I mean, what are they gonna do? Fire me again? I work for a guy who agrees with me. And he's awesome. Benny Johnson is great. Yeah, it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable that this has been allowed to go on for so long. And we need to just stop it. We just need to stop it. Just make it illegal. Just illegal, once again, lock up the troons, Seriously, like freedom of speech, yes. Okay, yes, you can have freedom of speech, but you don't have the freedom to tune out and start shooting people up, shooting children up in schools, in churches. You don't have the freedom to shoot up a father and a husband who's the leader of the largest conservative activist organization in America and quite possibly the world. When your speech is leading to this, I'm sorry, it's not just speech. It is violent rhetoric. And honestly, we have to ask ourselves, at the end of the day, your speech promoting transgenderism, grooming children into your violent sex death cult, what good does that serve the individual, and what good does that serve the society? And we know it's an objective evil. It is a stain on our country. It is something that destroys the life of a child, of any adult that gets sucked into it. So there's no reason for us to tolerate it or keep it legal. No reason. And I'm not saying like execute the troons. I'm not saying that. I'm saying give them the help. Get them out of society. Ostracize them in a way where they are getting psychiatric help, spiritual help, and let the rest of functioning society function. So we need to crack down on this. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We can't tolerate this any longer. And so the GOP is serious. The GOP controls the Senate, the House of Representatives, controls the Supreme Court, and the White House. If we were serious, we would crack down on this immediately. I get it takes time. I get there's a lot of bureaucrats that suck. And the GOP really, really sucks. And that's the reality. The GOP sucks. But if the Trump admin is serious, like, we got to crack down on this. We got to crack down on this. People are dying. People are being shot and killed. The vice president's home is being vandalized. And people are being attacked for their political beliefs and their normal conservative political beliefs. As Christians, as conservatives who just love America. Charlie Kirk was just a man, a godly man who loved America. And they killed him for it. He tried to have a conversation with the left and they killed him for it. The left is violent. They are increasingly violent. They celebrate their violence. We can't have society. What conversation are we to have? What freedom of speech are we supposed to have with people who want us dead? That is why the whole I disagree with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it is such stupidity. It is such stupidity, such foolishness, because you cannot have that disposition with people who celebrate your death. If you died and if your family was killed and shot, these people would dance on your grave. They celebrate your death. They celebrate these murders and these attacks and these violent incidents against conservatives, against Republicans, against Christians. The left celebrates it. You have Jay Jones, who just won Attorney General in Virginia, and he fantasizes about GOP politicians being killed and their children being killed. I will defend their right to say that. Bull crap, man. Like, at a certain point, you just got to be like, no, we can't have a conversation with people who want us dead. The other example is when that one guy who exposes the Somalis fraud that hyped himself and started getting more aggressive, and they off people reporting the truth. Yes. Like, they attack us for sharing and reporting on the truth. We can't share society with people like this. We can't. Why are you trying to, these normie conservatives, why are you trying to defend the rights of these people to celebrate your death? What good does that serve you? What good does that serve that person and their soul? What good does that serve your community and society to allow that? None, nothing. So we have to have a serious conversation about moving away with from this liberal idea of freedom of speech that only exists to enforce liberal dogma and allow conservatives to lose and to be killed at the hands of leftists, violent leftist extremists. We have to move away from that and be like, okay, we will not tolerate this, and we will crack down on violence and the mobilization of violence, the celebration of violence and murder. We will crack down on this from the left and from the trans, okay? This is what we have to do. This is what the Trump admin has to do. We have to. We don't live in a proper, safe, orderly society. So we got to take action against the crazies. We have to take action against the crazies. All right, well, thank God JD Vance and his family is fine. Thank God they're safe.